Ukraine, a former member state of the Soviet Union, has a deep, dark history of religious persecution and suppression. Christianity was declared illegal, God was banished, and according to law, God no longer existed. The same was said about God's law and the moral order. Moral disintegration made way for religious pluralism in the 1980s. Once Ukraine was declared independent from the Soviet Union in 1991, religious pluralism was further propagated and infiltrated society. The 20th century gave rise to new evangelical movements, and slowly the underground Christian churches began to resurface. It is out of this new religious freedom that FEBC Ukraine's ministry and mandate was birthed.
Is Irina. She's one of the hosts and broadcasters and administrators here in Kyiv, and they're just going to share with you like a little bit of their story and who they are and what their role is here in Kyiv.
Hello to everybody. Now I do our morning show. We have two, at least now we have two couples, and I like it very much because we have very deep discussion and communication with our listeners, and through this communication a lot of listeners became our friends, and we just go with them through their challenges in life and so on. For example, one of our listeners recently wrote me that we were her help during last maybe half of a year because she had a really difficult period in her life. She had divorced, her daughter is adult, and she tried to make suicide and such things, and it was really difficult for her even to be awake every day. But she said that every morning she get up early with us at 8 o'clock, and our words, our atmosphere in the program helps her just to live, to go on, and to really believe that God will help her. God is with her, and He goes with her through all these challenges in her life. So it's very encourageable to listen, to hear these stories, and there are a lot of them. Just Yeva said that there are a lot of them for our helpline, for just speaking with our listeners from heart to heart. And also I'm administrator. I help to communicate with different studios. We have 4 studios in Ukraine. It's Kyiv, Odessa, Slavyansk, and Chernivtsi.
It's been a great pleasure to meet you and to hear your story, and I'm so happy that you've been able to connecting with your listeners on a level that it touches their heart in their language and from their perspective, and you can just inspire them to follow Christ. And one thing that I've learned about Irina is she's very bold and unafraid to share her faith with her listeners, and her principles and values. They come through very strongly in her programs and her broadcasts, and she doesn't shy away from speaking the truth about what she believes, and that has such an impact on the listeners. And here we want to introduce to you Max. He's the vibrant personality of the station, and I think he's the life and the comedy of the station. And so he's just going to just introduce himself with a few words, and he might speak Ukrainian because he's an expert in the Ukrainian language.
Всім привіт, мене звати Макс, я на радіо М вже 5 років, працюю програмним директором. Що я роблю? Я шукаю нових ведучих, які б могли приводити людей до Ісуса Христа. Я шукаю нові форми, завдяки яким ми б могли досягати більше людей для Царства Божого. Ось, якщо просто про мою роботу. Я також ведучий, ми ведучі ранкового шоу, і ми також отримуємо безліч відгуків від наших слухачів стосовно того, які передачі, як вони їм допомагають. Ось нам зателефонувала Світлана, яка в своєму житті зіткнулася з зі зрадою, зі зрадою чоловіка, і окрім того, що її зрадили, вона ще має хвороби після цього, і вона зателефонувала до нас, запитала, що робити, де Бог в моїй ситуації. Ми, поспілкувавшись з нею, помолившись за неї, розказали їй про те, що Бог любить, про те, де її межа відповідальності, а де Боже керівництво для неї. І вона молилася разом з нами молитвою покаяння, приймала Ісуса Христа як свого Господа. І ось такі історії, вони справді нас надихають на те, щоб ми продовжували робити далі те, що ми робимо. Вся наша команда, і дякуємо вам, звичайно ж, за вашу підтримку, за ваші молитви. Це дуже відчутно для нас. Дякуємо.
Thank you so much, Max. Thank you to everybody. Thank you, our supporters. We love you, and I'm so excited for you to get involved and engaged with this ministry here in Kyiv. And thank you for each one of your prayers. We really love you, and greetings from Kyiv.